worked very well this morning. I was happy with him. Like the way he finished up, came home in 23, worked good.
Is he definite for the Derby at this point? Assuming
No.
he comes out well? Okay.
He's not. He's not definite for any race, actually. We'll see how he works and how he comes out of it, and then we'll talk to Aron and, Eclipse Thoroughbred Racing Manager, and we'll go from there. But as far as the horse goes, right now, looks good, worked good, scoped good. I'm happy with everything.
So is the Pat Day Mile in play?
Pat Day Mile is in play.
Would you have worked him any differently? You knew you were going to the Derby, a mile and a quarter race versus the mile race. Would you worked him any differently?
No, hell no, he's good. He's raced. I over-raced him already. I already messed that one up. But no, he's probably run one too many times. But the circumstance we ran, and I can't take that back. But the horse is fit. He's got a lot of races.
What would
Now he just went 59-2.
Assuming the horse comes out of the work well and continues to train well, what would be the different factors in determining whether you go in the Derby or whether you go in the Pat Day Mile?
Well, if you watch the races, the last two races, if the jock waits to the quarter pole instead of the 3/8 and a half, I'm going to get a better finish. If I couldn't get a good read on him, I can't get the trip by that I wanted. The mile and a quarter just looks like, I don't know if he can get that. I mean, the jury's going to be out for most of them anyway. It always is, right? So Pat Day Mile's probably a good race for him. None of these races are easy, so we'll just see. But right now we got a good horse that trained good, looks good. I'm just happy with the way he went today.
Derby opportunities don't come along every day. So.
Yeah, the last one I had 1997. So.
Picked Crypto Star?
Yeah.
He picked a bad year to be a good horse, huh?
I know. It wasn't easy.
That was a deep year.
Yeah.
Is it how you feel having a horse that's of that caliber?
Well, you know what? It's nice. This is what we out here every day. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. 4 o'clock every morning for 7 days a week. 53 years. Like, looking around, throw my hat in the ring for retirement. My wife said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Nothing." No, but we'll just slow down a little bit, whenever I get ready. As long as you got good 2-year-olds in the barn and good horses, you're not retiring, right?
That's right.
Is it a factor that Aron Wellman, Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, also has the favorite in the race?
They do. They got the
So
favorite.
is that a factor in making the decision on, or each
I don't
trainer?
think it would be. I mean,
horse?
what's better than one horse in the Derby, too? I mean, these races are a little silly. They got no speed in the race.
Yeah, well, just Baffert's too, for instance.
Right, that's
yeah.
why I say we won't be.
Yeah.
We won't need to use Built Bus or Rabbit for the other one because he's got speed. So
Obviously, you have till Saturday to enter.
well, today was the day. I was going to work him today and talk to Aron. He said, "Well, just wait till we work."
Okay.
So that was the whole plan. So I told him yesterday. He said, "What do you think about it?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna stay with the plan. We're gonna work today, and then we're gonna make a decision. If he works good, we're good. If he don't, then it's a no-brainer. We'll just go back to the drawing board. There's a lot of good races. Like I said, he ran a lot of times already.
He won the gun runner at 2 turns. I mean, do you think he's just versatile? He could 1 turn, 2 turns. It doesn't matter to him.
Well, I don't know if it's the turns. I mean, the distance and pulling the trigger at the right time, it probably makes a big difference. These races are not easy, You get them 20 off fields, anything can happen.
You always pretty high on Built? When
What? He was working good to start with. He worked some really good workouts, and then he ran good. Keelan, when he made the good race. He started out good at Ellis. He was all good. All his races were pretty good.
Put blinkers on him for the Louisiana Derby and probably didn't go the way you wanted.
No, we put blinkers because I think he's tricking them jockeys. Something's going on. I don't know what's happening with it. He just lackadaisy, and they're waiting to get him into the bridle, get him into the race, and then he just takes off on them. That's my guess. So I put the blinkers on him and maybe keep him like that so the horse can kind of be there for him.
Well, did they work in the Louisiana Derby? What you wanted the blinkers to do? Did they do that in the Louisiana Derby?
Everything was good until he pulled the trigger at the 3/8 or whatever. If you go watch the race, you'll see what I'm saying. I mean, I say, where are you going? And it's just like, I don't know.
How do you feel he would fit in the race?
Oh, you know what? He'll probably fit real good because he's got speed to be where he wants to be. He won't have a problem. I'd get him away from the gate, and then from there we'll see how it unfolds.
So you were on Built for his work just now. Just tell us how it went.
Yeah, it went very smooth. We were looking to do a good bit of work today. Let him, use himself and get a bit out of it. We went 5/8. He hit the pole, relaxed and comfortable, and we picked it up all the way round. He came around to the 7/8, fantastic. I let him gear down from there. You know, he'd done enough at that stage. He moved great, he felt great, and yeah, I think everyone was very happy after the breeze.
There was a point when you were getting started, like coming first onto the backstretch, where there was like a big group of 4 of you kind of together. Did that cause any problems getting the breeze started?
No, not at all. I got fairly clean sailing all the way around. He's a very relaxed horse. He takes everything in his stride. I know from seeing him in the fairgrounds, he's always been that way. You know, he's a pretty chill customer. So, like I said, I couldn't have been any happier. It went smooth. You know, we wanted to go a nice, solid breeze, and that's what we got. And he came out of it with his ears pricked and fresh and well going back to the barn. So that's what we like to see.
At this point, there's no commitment or anything with the Derby. I understand that. But what did you learn about being in the Derby last year that I'm assuming you're hoping to get another mount, and this year you might put into effect that you learned last year?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a big field of runners. Unfortunately, we were in one of the middle gates, and you know, there was probably 7 or 8 of us that suffered interference coming out the gates at the start, and it put us all on the back foot a little bit. But I got a beautiful run last year out of Anna Marie. You know, he came home to finish 8th, made a beautiful move around the turn and finished out the race. The Derby is fast and furious. You know, you've got to be ready when those gates open, and it's like any race really. You've got to be on the metal and put yourself in a good position. So, like I said, I got a good run out the horse last year. Could have had a cleaner start. So hopefully, if we do get a mount, it goes a bit smoother for the first 16th. But after that, listen, it's a Derby. Fingers crossed, and everyone's just praying for a bit of luck after that.